I begin my travels in the city of Suwon, the provincial capital of Gyeongju province. The city lies some 30 kilometers south of Seoul and is, strictly speaking, still within the metropolitan area of the capital, and is easily reached on the MRT. Suwon has a long history, growing from a small settlement in the 9th century AD to one of over 1 million inhabitants that we see today. The reason for my visit, though, is that Suwon contains the only remaining completely walled city in South Korea. Named Haseong, the fortress was much damaged during the Japanese colonial occupation, and again during the Korean War. Now faithfully restored, Haseong has been designated a World Heritage Site. The stone walls of the fortress cover 5.7 kilometers in length and vary in height from 4 to 6 meters. These are dissected by 4 gates, 2 of which are topped with 2-story wooden pavilions. There is a fine floodwater gate that arches over the Suwon stream, a great number of watchtowers, sentry posts, a beacon tower, several turrets, and a bell tower. The fortress was built in 1796 on the orders of King Gonju to prepare for the move of the capital from Seoul to Suwon, which was never realized, and also a place in which to house the tomb of his late father, Prince Sado, whose insanity had cost him his life when his own father, the king, had ordered the prince to be sealed alive in a large rice chest, where he died within 8 days. During the Japanese colonial occupation, King Gonju's palace was destroyed. This has been faithfully restored, including the rooms and shrine to Prince Sado. My next stop is the city of Gonju, on the banks of the river Gungang. Established in AD 475, the city was known as Unjin and was the capital of the Baekje kingdom that dominated southwestern Korea until AD 538, when for political reasons the capital was moved elsewhere. For 63 years, Unjin was a thriving centre, with grand palaces and Buddhist temples. Today, all that remains is the fortress of Goseong, whose walls encircle the densely wooded hill of Gonsang. Originally made of mud, they were replaced by stone during the reign of King Seonjo against the threat of the Japanese invasions of 1592. This memorial commemorates the exploits of 3 generals during the Japanese invasion of 1592. Leaving Gonju, I now travel 25 kilometers northwest of the city. Set in a lush and remote forest with a fast-flowing mountain stream is the ancient monastery of Makoksa. The monastery is believed to have been founded by the monk Zhejiang in AD 643 and has, by and large, escaped major renovations over the years, unlike so many others in South Korea. The buildings we see today date between the 17th and 19th centuries AD. The main entrance gate is called the Haitelman, as anyone who passes through it frees themselves from this world to enter the realm of the Buddha. The second gate contains the 4 figures of the heavenly kings, who stand guard to all those who pass. In the confines of the inner courtyard is the main hall. Dating from 1813, the hall is made entirely of wood, with huge, intricately carved, decorated beams. The interior is exquisite, with fine wall paintings, the faint smell of sweet incense, and beeswaxed polished floors. dating back to 1651. 7 Sagomani Buddhas and 1,000 miniature Buddha figures are enshrined here. My journey ends at the southern tip of the Goseong Peninsula, at the coastal city of Tongyeoung. In the centre of the old town is Gonju Harbour, a place full of fishing boats and old-world charm. It has a distinct odour of drying fish, which are all neatly placed in rows on homemade racks. Around the corner from the harbour is the main channel, lined with its shipbuilding works, merchant shipping and ferries to the many offshore islands, all overlooked by lush green wooded mountainsides. On a hillside in the town is a shrine to Admiral Yi Sun-si. He was noted for his victories against the Japanese invasions in 1592 to 1598. It is reputed to be one of the few admirals to have been victorious in every naval battle he commanded. He was killed in 1598 by a single bullet. Tongyeoung was formerly known as Gonju, the posthumous name of Admiral Yi. It also means command post and is much associated with the admiral, as the name refers to his principal base located on a nearby island. Also remembered for his innovative use of turtle ships, a replica of one of these vessels is moored in Gonju